and the pleadings from the minority communities governed by the Canadian Charter of Human Rights. I want to know how you explain your position today, and I would like to hear from Maitre Garneau as well on what the Canadian Liberals have done for that.
Ma'am, you're also going to ask one other, a third candidate if you'd like.
Oh, I have a third one too?
Yes.
I hate to pick on them, but I'm going to go with the Green, Mr. Green.
All right, so we'll start with Mr. Jeffrey, please. 2 minutes.
Well, Conservative governments have always stood for the Charter. We embrace the values and the rights that are enunciated in it, and we've always played our role in the courts whenever we needed to intervene. Obviously, in the past, there have been some programs that have worked well and some programs that have not worked well. And there are priorities that need to be established in any government in order to address the real concerns of the people. I can assure you that a Conservative government led by Andrew Scheer will always stand steadfastly with the people of Canada to ensure that their rights and freedoms are always respected. These are the basic principles upon which we will govern. And that's for all Canadians, whatever color, whatever religion, and we'll never make a mockery of any visible minority. That you can be assured of. You know, it's one thing, well, you're raising your eyes, but the reality is, leadership requires integrity. Leadership requires respect. You have to look to a Prime Minister and see that in them. And that's what we can find in Mr. Scheer. You know something? I'm first and foremost a Canadian. I'm secondly a Conservative. I'm disgusted with the current Prime Minister and his outlook. He talks the talk, but he doesn't walk the walk. And you can giggle all you want, but I'm pretty disgusted with that.
Mr. Garneau.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Drabkin did not address your question, and I would have been interested in knowing why they canceled the Court Challenges program, which the Liberal government believes in and has reinstated, because it is important to have such an opportunity for people, call it a last resort, to have that opportunity to make use of the program that way. That, we believe, is a fundamental right, and that is why we support it. Unfortunately, the Conservatives have talked about being in favor of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, but it's the details that do matter.
Thank you. Minister. Just like to remind the audience that we try to keep our applause to the end, please. Thank you. Mr. Green.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting that Mr. Drabkin was not able to answer that question directly. And you know, I think that it comes to the heart of our country, the issue of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms and defending it. And I guess that's why, you know, I'm so disappointed that so many of the federal parties are not talking about taking action on Bill 21. I think Daniel Green is about the only federal politician who has had the courage to say, yes, the federal government should act. And I think that symbolizes the kind of approach to defending the Charter that I certainly believe in very strongly.
All right, thank you very much. Our next question was number 373. La prochaine question est de la personne avec le billet 373. That's you? Okay. We'll just lead you over to the microphone over here in the middle. Yes? Perfect. I do want to note that I read my agenda a little bit too quickly. The questions in this section, the answers are only 90 seconds long, not 2 minutes. So my apologies on that. I wanted to make sure that everyone was on the same footing for that question, but from here on we'll go 90 seconds. And the following question after this gentleman here will be number 385. La prochaine question va être 385. Sir, go ahead.
My question is directed to Garneau and to the Conservative and the NDP guy. What will be the penalties in the Disability Act to the Crown Corporations when it's instituted?
Mr. Garneau.
So I do not have a specific answer to give you on that question. I can get the answer for you if we have already determined what that penalty is. Otherwise, it is something we will be doing later. But since I have a little bit of time here, I do want to make the point that we're very proud that as a Liberal government, we brought forward the bill known as Bill C-81, which is the Accessibility Act, which is an act that is very strongly focused on providing accessibility to those who require assistance, no matter what field it's in. In my particular field as Minister of Transport, it touches on things like accessibility on airplanes, on trains, and it's not just mobility impairment, it's also for people who are either visually impaired or hearing impaired or other forms of impairment. So I'm very, very proud that our government brought forth the Accessibility Act, and I will say in a very nonpartisan way that it was widely